With the weekly Pele report for Wednesday, August 28th of 2024. And woo, so many aspects, so much energy, so much movement happening, eh? Let's talk about it. I mean, the moon in Gemini. Gemini likes change. She's going to make a T-square with what? Venus opposite Neptune today. Okay, from Virgo over there to Pisces with moon right in the middle. Ouch. Then she goes into Cancer. From Cancer, then she's going to, move on through until Friday, goes into Leo. And trines Neptune, opposes Pluto. Moves on in Saturday, Sunday, goes into Virgo for the new moon at 11 degrees Virgo, 4 minutes. We're going to have to check that out, see the Sabian symbol for that one. But it's not just the moon going on here. Like I said, Venus is opposite Neptune today. Mars is square, Neptune next Monday. We're still going through this Venus square Mars, the masculine and feminine in creative tension. All right, I got to get down to the creek here. Let's take a left. But the good news, Mercury goes direct today. Today, folks. Oh, I don't know about you, but it's been a long 3 weeks of retrograde Mercury with communication breakdown, which is the name of the song for this week. I know it's a little crazy and hectic, but what can I say? That sums it up a little bit. I'm going to talk more about that. But what else happens? Uranus goes retrograde. Stations retrograde on Sunday. Pluto retrogrades back into Capricorn on Sunday. I mean, and then, like I said, Mars squares Neptune on Monday. Mercury trines Chiron on Monday. So hella freaking luya. But what else is happening is Venus is sneaking up, and she is going to be conjunct south node of the moon and black moon Lilith, by next Tuesday. So I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself next Tuesday, but still. And then finally, next week on Wednesday, and you may be feeling it a little beforehand, but Mars is going to be moving into Cancer, where is going to stay until like next April. I mean, oh boy, we have our big retrograde Mars, 6 months happening in Cancer and Leo this year. All right, just going to find a little spot down here, talk at you. All right, everybody, I'm down here in mosquito paradise. Woo! So much to say, so little time. Let's see, where do I start? This is about relationships. This is about love, sex, and money, creativity, masculine and feminine, yin and yang, Mars and Venus. Oh my goodness. As well as, of course, Mercury, Uranus. We got to try to weave these all in together. Because obviously, relationships take communication. Mercury is communication. Uranus is sudden, radical, extreme, intense, and tyrannical communication. So, them being in square is and, Uranus is the alarm clock waking us up. And sometimes to painful recognitions of Uranus is the personal unconscious. The need to individuate, to liberate ourselves. So, there's big action going on here, and liberate ourselves from what? Well, we know that the south node of the moon is in Libra, right? And the north node, which is future destiny, where we really want to be headed, is Aries. And Aries is, me first, I, me, myself, trust my instincts, my gut, start something new, adventure, go into new places. Leo is a lot about adventure too. Here's Mercury in Leo saying, just head off. and Uranus is go, leave it all behind, forget about it, who cares? Just blow it up. I thought of one song this week could be Burning Down the House, but I think I've already used that one. Oh my God. But what are we burning up or burning down or burning out? I mean, that's what the mantra is about today. Well, this goes back to, we have to look at Venus, Mars, because, basically Venus and Mars are square. If I use like a 3-degree orb, okay, from August 17th to the 28th, this square moves, okay, through, the last degrees of Gemini, Virgo, and Neptune up there in Pisces, okay, is overlooking the whole thing. So, we have to go back and say, okay, well, I like to go back. I love dates, because it gives a context, it gives a flow of the cycle, okay? So, I don't want to, some of you may like it and some of you may not. But, basically, Venus was conjunct Neptune April 4th. Mars was conjunct Neptune April 29th. So go back to April. The conjunction is when the seeds were sown, when they had their little conversation, when they made their little plan for their next cycle, right? It's over a year long. Mars is 2 years long, right? And Neptune is the dream. Dream a little dream of me. Yeah, it is fantasy, dreams, hopes, wishes. This is, fairy tale. Let's ride off into the sunset. I mean, these are, April is, oh, come on. I want to do this. I want to go there. I want to feel. I want to merge. I want to open my crown chakra and return to source, to return to oneness, return to divine spiritual love. Let me out. Let me free. Sometimes it's addiction and escapism, okay? This Neptune and then Venus and Mars both conjuncting over there in Pisces with Neptune. Prior to that, though, and I think I mentioned this before, the Venus-Mars conjunction itself, okay, was back at the 8th degree of Aquarius, February 23rd. That's kind of the seed, the start of a new cycle where the sperm hits the egg and it's time for a new birth. Okay, especially in Aquarius, something different. And now for something completely different. I'm Monty Python. What is this completely something different? I mean, and this is a real challenge. Like, nonviolent communication says we're moving from a dominating culture where there's, dominance and authority, and there's right and wrong, and the authority's right and everybody else is wrong, and judgment and force leading to violence, moving out of that into relationship-based paradigm, society, culture, where it is about, communication, cooperation, compromise, listening, empathy. Actually, it's quite about moving, in some ways, from Aries to Libra. But anyway, another way to put it, of course, is the end of the patriarchy of thousands of years of patriarchy, moving towards, what an allarchy. How about that? ALL, archy. Let's all get together. Let's all get along. Let's all have a good time. But anyway, we don't know how to do this. Aquarius is going into the unknown. It's experimenting. It's new. Okay, and we've got cultural conditioning, religious conditioning, family conditioning, media conditioning, about what relationships are supposed to look like, what makes a man and what makes a woman, and what a man's supposed to be and what a woman is supposed to be, and what relationships are supposed to look like, and blah, 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 and it's all blowing up in our faces. It's not working. It's dysfunctional. Whether you call it the nuclear family or, there's just old paradigm, codependency, dysfunction. There's big messes that we put up with, that we've, grown through. Let's just say learning pains, learning, pangs for a long time. And what's the other problem? There's no models. There's no examples. There's very few people out there doing relationship, in a new, different, liberated, loving, amazing, divine, sacred way. Yeah? So, again, we have to go into experimenting. We have to go into something new. There's no manuals. There's no instructions. There's no examples. So, we're all kind of like, how do I do this? I don't necessarily want to be alone. But relationships are just like so. It's the leading edge. And Venus square Mars is creative tension. There is a tension. There's some anger in there, and we're going to get into some more anger when Mars goes into Cancer for 6 months. Talk about emotional anger. Oh boy. Moon, Mars, Mars, Cancer, Mars, 4th house. This is domestic strife. This is, really boiling water. Anyway, I can get into that later. What I want to get into, right now, and this is, very, very powerful, is also Mercury. This retrograde Mercury, talk about blowing things up. Talk about sudden communications, aha moments, surprise. Okay, Uranus is like lightning hitting the tower. Okay, shock, awe, trauma. Our nervous systems, and that's what our mantra is about today, are getting racked, right? This is freaking intense. Okay, so Mercury went into its storm period July 17th. The storm period is it went into past 21 degrees Leo. Then it went up to 4 Virgo. Back down now to 21 Leo. And yes, it goes direct today, but it doesn't get past 4 Virgo. It doesn't get out of the storm, really, until when? September 7th. That's the square to Uranus. It's going to be out of the storm before it squares Uranus, but September 3rd, it's out of its storm. And then September 7th, it squares freaking Uranus again. So this is another cycle, And this other cycle is also what I really want to be talking about, what the mantra is about today, right? Because it's square Uranus. Mercury square Uranus. Uranus stationing retrograde. The rebel planet going into rebellious, revolutionary retrograde. Oh boy, right? And it's going to stay there until January 30th. So hang on to our hats. You say you want a revolution, well, you know, we'd all love to see your plan. Yeah. Uranus doesn't always have a plan. Okay, Uranus is just kind of like lightning strikes. Let's talk about Uranus a little bit. The sky god Uranus, ruler of Aquarius, some ways Prometheus, but also just the sky god Uranus, one of the original gods. Gaia and Uranus, okay, separated before there was time and space. The sky and the earth were one, and there was chaos. And what brought order was the masculine sky god separating from Gaia, the earth fertile goddess. And out of that was born Saturn, time and space, and the Titans and the Cyclopses and the 100-headed monsters. I mean, and what did Uranus do? He locked them all up in Tartarus, the underworld, the belly of Gaia. His own wife. Here. I am afraid of being overthrown. So there was fear at the very beginning, and this masculine wants power, wants control, wants to dominate, wants to lock up his creations and just keep creating. But, and you think of the sky guy, you think of Uranus, I think of extraterrestrial intelligence, other galactic intelligence. Okay, you know, I mean, it is science and technology, cold as ice. So Uranus, Mercury, is our nervous system. Mercury is the lower octave of Uranus, but just get it straight. Uranus is a tyrant, capable of a lot of damage, a lot of trauma, a lot of pain, absolutely not caring about feelings, about emotions, about, empathy, other people's needs. No. It's the future, it's science, it's truth no matter what, how bad it hurts, what karma it creates. I've just got to and Mercury just wants to spit it out. So we've got these squares going on, like I said, from July 21st. July 21st, remember, it was, over a month ago that Mercury squared Uranus, okay? And then retrograde came back to square it again August 18th. And now, in the future, it's going direct. I'm going to say that, this mess is not going to be cleaned up until September 7th. The third square of Mercury to Venus. That third square of Mercury to Venus is going to be, that doesn't make sense, does it? Because Uranus is still in Taurus. God dang it. I think I made a mistake the other day too, didn't I? Too many dates, too much information. That's what my kids always used to tell me. Dad, TMI. Too much information, baby. No, it is, yeah. Mercury is still in Leo. Yeah, September 7th. Wow. Okay. Still doesn't make sense, but anyway. It's not over yet, is what I'm saying. Yeah? I'm saying it's lightning bolt, shock, trauma, awe, and our nervous systems. And our nervous systems, you know, I mean, you know, the whole thing about the masculine and feminine, you know, we talk about, you know, sexuality, we talk about, you know, coming together, we talk about, you know, how much can our nervous systems tolerate before they go into overdrive, overwhelm, and you have a nervous breakdown. I mean, this can happen. Yeah, there can be a psychotic break. Mercury, Uranus, you know, can definitely be, yeah, a mental disorder. This is like serious. This is very real. I'm not just talking starry stuff. This is like, you know, there is like an unstable condition situation that we can blow our circuits. This is especially Mercury and fire. It's heated, it's hot. And it can, you know, and you know, from outer space, it's like, yeah, I mean, think of when a satellite blows, or, you know, a space station blows up. There's nothing to, you know, there's no holding back. There's no repair. Yeah, I mean, some of these things just can't be repaired. You blow a circuit board. I blew a circuit board in my television the other day, you know, just, and what do? You know, they're not repairable. I mean, I used to repair them, but now they're so small you can't really repair them, so they throw them out. Anyway, I'm getting way off topic here. But what I really want to talk about also is what? The new moon. Because it relates to this. This all ties in together. This is what is so mind-blowing about astrology. It connects everything together that may appear disconnected. So the new moon, check this out. After the wedding, the groom snatches the veil away from his bride. That can be traumatic. That could be sudden, shocking, revelation. You know, like Uranus, open your third eye, like wake up, alarm clock, snatch away the veil. Ah! Now I'm exposed, but I also am able to see. It's got a mixed, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, man. The keynote is the penetrating and unveiling power of the trained mind. In contrast, well, right here we have a scene stressing a physical action with psychological and or spiritual overtones. In ancient cosmologies, the male god often appears in three roles: as son, husband, and father of the woman element of nature. Nature, the woman, is fulfilled by the human mind and will, the masculine energy, that overcome her. She resists, only better to be subdued by the power that transcends her, and by transcending her, gives her a spiritual meaning. Can you believe this? Check this out. A dragonfly lands on my book, right next to where I'm reading. You know, the dragonfly is connected to Neptune, the end of illusions. Yeah, it's a dragonfly that thought it was a dragon, but it's not. It's a fly. Whoa. It's still there, man. The element of training in the symbolic scene comes from the fact that there has been a marriage ritual. Thus, the socio-cultural factor is in the background. The teacher guru is here the priest who has performed the ritual. At this stage, the rules are reversed. The masculine element assuming the dynamic positive part in the great play of polarity. The masculine act, in italics, balances the feminine dream realization, in italics. The key word is unveiling. There can also be an unveiling of mysteries, long protected by secrecy. I just can't get over this guy. Check him out, man. He gets too blurry up there, doesn't he? Ah, scared him. Okay. So here I want to go into, and of course that could be an inflammatory Sabian symbol with the feminism movement out there that is happening these days, where, yeah. But I'm going to go back to, I want to go back, well, number one, light and dark, yin and yang, masculine and feminine, and the beams of sunlight, masculine, penetrating and warming the dark, moist, fertile earth of the feminine to produce life. So it is the masculine sperm hitting the egg, the light hitting the earth, the penis hitting the vagina. This is this interplay of life. I'll go back. I just like David Data's whole thing of the masculine as the painter. It's the impulse, the will, the do, the mind, bringing action. And the feminine is the inspiration for the painting, the canvas, the color, the water, the brush, everything else. So the feminine is this whole, like he says, the fertile, the dream, realization. It's like in Neptune is the collective unconscious, rules over dreams. Is the higher octave of Venus, the feminine. So here's like the feminine sleeping and dreaming and unconscious, and the masculine energy comes in, snatches off the veil, like wake up. I mean, so it's Uranus, it's Mars, it's the sky god or the husband or the sun, however the masculine shows up, but it's like. And this is the other beautiful part I think David Data brings forward, is that the masculine reveals the feminine to herself. So there is awakening, there is, right? And it's like wakes up this dream, but also fulfills that feminine potential. This is the beauty of the dance of the sexes. And this whole, whether it's, tango or salsa or ecstatic, okay, there is this dance. And it's of the light and the dark and the yin and the yang and the masculine and the feminine. And, it results in life. And it results in consciousness. And if it were left, alone, okay, Neptune is smooth and Venus is comfortable. But Mars comes in with a sword and a jagged edge and tears the veil away from the feminine. And it's unsettling, especially when Mercury squares Uranus, like we have now from July to September. And this is where we can get distraught. Uranus is the future, impacting the past, blowing up into the present. It's impatience. It's a lack of tolerance. It can be judgment. It can be paranoia, fear of being overthrown. It can want total control of the universe, the Uranian sky god. Whoa. And Mercury is here to carry it out. It's the messenger. I got a message from Uranus. Boom. I blow up my circuit boards, and here's where the mantra I think is a little missing. It's not just blowing up my circuit boards, okay, and burning myself out, but it can also be directed outwards and traumatize, hurt, create karma. It can be very, very dangerous. So we need to calm down. And how do we train our nervous system? Yeah, I mean, this is really important. And I mean, an obvious way that comes to me with Kundalini Yoga and Pranayama is alternate nostril breathing. Yeah? I mean, I could do a touch of that with you, just to show you. Yeah? You close your eyes. I like to put my index finger and middle finger on my third eye, and very slowly inhale through the left, and then close the left, and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Eyes closed, third eye focus. I've done that at stoplights. Like I'm in a hurry to get somewhere, because I usually am, and you hit a red light, you know, and it's like so I go into the freaking alternate nostril breathing. But the trick is to do it as slow as you possibly can. This balances the left and right hemispheres of the brain, right? You're going out, you know, and just like we've got to calm that nervous system so we don't, yeah, you could have a heart attack. You could have a nervous breakdown. You could blurt out stuff that you shouldn't really be blurting out. You can be, yeah, making big messes. But I have to say, the other, I want to close with another Sabian symbol. As you know, I love the frickin' Sabian symbols. And this one is for the Mars-Neptune conjunction that happened April 29th. Because to me it says a lot. Light breaking into many colors as it passes through a prism. The analytical power of the mind necessary for the formulation of life processes in their many aspects. Talking about Uranus and Mercury, the higher mind and the lower mind, and it all ties together here. Cycles of existence begin in unity and end in what Dane Rudyard has called multi-unity. At the stage of consummation, the many individual differences are totaled. They constitute a sum. This is the last degree of Pisces, right? Within that sum, a unified total, the inevitability of the future process of differentiation, Uranus, Leo, is implied. Because every cycle leaves a mass of waste products, slowly returning to the unconscious state of chemical matter, of humus, the compost pile. What the symbol tells us is that unity will always break again into multiplicity. The prism is always there. There is no absolute unity. If anything could be called absolute, it is the relationship between the one and the many. The prism itself breaks the one beam of light into the rainbow color of light, right? So relationship is the only absolute. Just let that settle and blow your mind a little bit. Right? Wow. We're dealing with this now, Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, the disillusion, the dissolving, the compost pile just shrinking, right? And turning back into soil what used to be fruits and veggies and, yeah, everything else. I mean, everything goes back to humus. Wow. So, what can I say? Chill out. Slow down the nervous system. Do yourself and everybody else a favor. Think before you speak, before you write, talk, act. Blow the circuit board. Blow your mind. Blow somebody else's mind. Snatch the veil away. That's the other thing I wanted to say. You know, Dane's interpretation is pretty nice, but it can also be violent. And yeah, Uranus can be violent. Mars can be violent. North Node in Aries can be violent. We want to come into, yeah, this returning to source has to do with non-violence, yeah. I need to learn to regulate my nerves and words and thoughts so I don't blow a circuit or tie myself in knots. Drink that chamomile tea, chill out, okay. This week's song, I had a whole bunch of them. There's The Words by Neil Young, but I don't go for him anymore since he messed around. Burning Down the House, I think it's already used. Dirty Laundry, it's another old song about the evening news. This isn't all just personal. This is on the world stage, okay? Rebellion, revolution, arguing, disagreeing, demonstrating out in the streets, and then censorship, yeah, getting censored, and there's violence happening. I mean, this is, things are getting ripped up. Secrets are being exposed. The truth is coming to light. The question is, can it be done with kindness? Can it be done gently? Can we be kind to ourselves, our nervous systems, and can we be kind to each other? So, it's all evolution, baby. One more time. I need to learn to regulate my nerves and words and thoughts before I so I don't blow a circuit or tie myself in knots. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Namaste. Aloha. So much love. I would like to invite you at this time to the Amazon. Astrology is the study of nature, the cycles of nature through which all life grows. And we want to get close to nature. We want to go back to nature. We're going to do Surrendering to Love. This workshop on January 23rd, 2025, mark your calendar. We are on a retreat that is on the Amazon River. We take a boat to get there. We're going to be meeting with the native people, seeing the pink dolphins, swimming with the piranhas, you name it. And we're going to be looking at our charts because it's a very special time. There is a Saturn, Venus, Neptune, North Node conjunction. And it is about, this is in Pisces. So we're going to be looking at everything Neptune, Pisces, and the 12th house of your zodiac, which has to do with spiritual love. Venus is earthly love, the lower octave of Neptune. We're going to be looking at both Neptune and Venus. And Pisces in the 12th house is about surrender, allow, accept, return to innocence, to love, to unity. This is going to be an amazing experience. So we'll be coming into Peru, taking a boat down the river, and so special. I've wanted to go to this Amazon for many years. This is a dream come true, and I hope that you will join me. And click that link below, find out more, sign up, and I'll see you there. Hasta luego.